Well, hi there. So we're going to try something a little different today. So we're doing some word problems, and there are basically three types of word problems. So we're going to set up three different videos that you can watch to get some help on these tips to decide what the best way to solve these. Now the first part here is number word problems. Number word problems, the hardest part about any of the word problems, the number word problems, the hardest part is writing the equation, and that's true for any of them. But you have to be able to read the words and convert them into math talk, or convert them into a math inequality or a math equation. In this case, we're going to be doing math equations. So the first equation is 4 times the reciprocal of a number equals 2 times the reciprocal of 3. So when we look at this, it says 4 times the reciprocal of a number. So the reciprocal of a number tells me I'm going to be using the reciprocal of the number. It also tells me that I have to identify what my number is. So my number I don't know, that's going to be x. So x equals my number. It says 4 times the reciprocal of that. Well, 4 times the reciprocal, so that's 4 times the reciprocal of the number. Well, if the number is x, then the reciprocal is 1 divided by x. And then it says equals. Equals, so we had 4 times the reciprocal, so that's 1 over x, equals 2 times the reciprocal of 3. Well, that means it equals 2 times the reciprocal of 3. And we solved that little equation. 4 times 1 divided by x is 4 divided by x. 2 times 1/3 is 2/3. And we can cross multiply. So we've got 2x equals 4 times 3, which is of course 12. So that means that x is 6. Well, check it. 4 times 1/6, that's 4/6, which is 2/3. Excellent. Now there's one other type of number problem I wanted to go over, and that is one where it's not just multiplication. It could be adding and subtracting also. So when we look at this, it says a number, so that's x, added to the product. The product means we're going to multiply. What are we multiplying together? We're multiplying 6 and the reciprocal of the number. So that's going to mean 1 divided by the number. And that's going to equal -5. So again, when I look at what I've translated here, x is my number. So it says a number added to the product of 6 and the reciprocal of the number equals -5. A number added product of 6 and the reciprocal of the number, 6 and the reciprocal of the number is -5. And now we're solving a rational equation like we did in class last time. So what's our common denominator? No, for real, what's our common denominator? Just stop playing Netflix and tell me what the common denominator is. Okay, so we're going to multiply everything by our common denominator, which is x. Our danger number, or our point where it could be discontinuous, or excuse me, our point where we could have an extraneous solution, would be when x equals 0, because that would be a denominator of 0. So we now have x times x, which is x squared, plus 6 times x divided by x, which is 6, equals -5 times x. We have a quadratic equation, so we're going to solve that, get it equal to 0. So x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. You could use the quadratic formula. You could use graphing. You could factor. As you all know, I love my F words, so I'm going to use my favorite F word, which is factor. And when I factor this, factors of 6 that add up to be 3 are, or excuse me, add up to be 5 are 3 and 2. So set each equal to 0. So x could be -3. X plus 2 equals 0. So x could be -2. So if I have -3 plus 6 divided by -3, does that equal -5? Well, yeah, it's -3 plus -2. That works. If I have -2 plus 6 divided by -2, that's -2 plus -3, and that works. None of those are our danger answers. So now that you've watched this video, you should be able to do the 2 problems that are on your packet for number problems. So pause now, work with your partners, work with your group, and then if you want to check them, go find your teacher to see if you did those problems correctly.